Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
The Sunday in December, a friend and I were at a party, and we did not know about the bombing of Pearl Harbor.
I remember I was sitting in the kitchen on a cold December morning, December 7th, eating breakfast, and we had a little radio in the kitchen, and then it came over that the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor.
It was a radio, and we had gone to the country store that afternoon, and there were people at the store talking about it. That was how we found out about it.
Mm-hmm. The first thing that I heard about the war was on a Sunday afternoon. Guest came in, and he made mention that the president blew at war, the bombing had occurred at Pearl Harbor.
And I remember the day that Pearl Harbor happened, that I was in the Bronx visiting a girlfriend and her parents, who were friends of my parents. And we called, Lenore and I called her aunt to say we were coming to visit her. And she said, "Oh, go home and tell your parents that the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor."
You know, we were dancing and playing charades, and the young man's mother made sure that we all had plenty to eat. And I would say that Chum and I, Norma and I, got home maybe around 11, and the next morning was a holy day of obligation, and my aunt picked me up and we went to church, and that's when I heard about Pearl Harbor.
We had neighbors that had 2 sons in Pearl Harbor, and of course we were very concerned about them. As it turned out later, they were all right, so we were real glad.
You know, where's Pearl Harbor? Who are the Japanese? And so we ran back and told our parents, and who immediately got in the car. We were whisked home, terrified.
And then the next day, when I went to high school, I remember we all went into the assembly and listened to President Roosevelt declare war. That said we were at war. And I don't remember all that he said, but it was really serious for us to listen to him, to hear him say that.
Look up in the sky and say, "Are they up there?" It was a scary experience. I remember going down Sunrise Highway and thinking, oh, will we ever get back to our house? And then when we got back, there was a greenhouse close by, and it was painted, after a while, it was painted black so that the sun did not reflect, or the moon would not reflect.
And I wasn't completely sure of the significance, you know, what it would mean. Mm-hmm. And then gradually, we became very much aware of the fact that we were at war.